What's up everybody and welcome back to NWIRC. Today's build is going to be with this HPI Baja 5T. We're going to convert this thing into an electric monster. The only reason why I'm going to electric is because my neighbors were complaining that we had an OBR, which is O'Neill's Brothers. It was a 30.5 cc, 5.5 horsepower pro stock motor with a gizmo pipe, and let me tell you, it was loud. It really was. Sounded like a dirt bike going up and down the road. Alright everybody, so as far as upgrades, we have the Threshold shock reesies with Dark Soul shock shafts with the Dark Soul rod ends and bushings. That's the same for the rear, as you can see back here. Threshold reesies. I believe those are 8mm shock shafts with the Dark Soul rod ends. Pretty much that's all that's done in the rear. In the front here, again, we have the Turtle Racing top plate, and we have the Turtle Racing bell crank down there. We have the Fat Dad upper end links. We have the Dark Soul Racing extended wheel hubs, and that pretty much covers it. So what we're going to do is show you all the parts required to turn this thing into an electric monster Baja. Alright everybody, this is what you're going to need to turn your Baja into an 8S monster. And to start out, we're going to start out with the motor plate assembly. I will link all these parts below. But what you want to do when you get your motor plate combo set, you just want to take all the provided screws and screw them in all the holes that you can. It's all self-explanatory. There's nothing hard about this build. Also, we're going to be using this aluminum cover plate. This will cover your pinion and spur gear, which we are using 57 tooth spur along with a 14 tooth pinion that comes with this kit. Power in this kit will be the Hobbywing 800 kV motor comboed with the Hobbywing Max 5 ESC. We're going to be using this Castle's dual fan motor cooling assembly, and power in this system will be these Gens Ace Bashing Pro 8000 mAh 100C 4S2P battery packs. These are two 4-cell battery packs, giving us a total power of 8S. Moving on to the steering, I had bought this servo on eBay. It's a CYS model, and it's a digital servo that's got plenty of torque for the steering we're going to be using. This is the Team FastEddy battery eliminator box, which you will also have to buy this radio box, which is a Traxxas Rustler box. You will also have to buy these standoffs to mount the box. Like I said, I'll link it all below. As you can see, we have the adapter plate for the servo, and the reason why you need the adapter plate, this here is the original servo that came with the Baja, and I can't find them in this size anymore, so I had to go aftermarket. And as you can see, it's a much bigger servo, and with the Team FastEddy eliminator box, you can see these extra threads here. Well, if you had the stock servo, it'll bolt right up with no problems at all, but because we had to modify this plate here, we all got it to work. These here clamps are from Full Force Racing. So as far as tires, we're going to be using these back flips. These are off the 1/5 scale Arma Outcast, the 8S version. They have the 24mm lugs. I love the fact that they have the metal hex inserts in there. They're nice and plush, and I think these will do the job. But I'd also like to mention the receiver we have in here is the SR515 Spectrum receiver, which we'll be using with this Spectrum DX5 rugged controller. I'd also like to mention this Y adapter I bought. It saved me from doing a lot of soldering. These are the EC5 connectors. I will have to bust out my soldering station and solder a connection from here for the ESC, because the ESC does not come with a connector, so I do have to solder this on. I'm going to get Vinny in here, and he's going to go ahead and assemble this whole thing, and we will return. All right, well, the motor plate is installed. Very easy to do. Alright everybody, I pulled the Max 5 ESC out. I'm going to go ahead and get these ESC 5 connectors connected. It does come with shrink tube, which we're not going to be using the entire length, so we will be cutting some down. Go ahead and grab my soldering iron. And what you want to do is just get your tip clean. We're going to go ahead and put a little solder on there. We're going to preheat this end. We're going to go ahead and tin this. You see right there. Then we're going to go ahead and heat up the wire. I should probably have a larger tip on here, but I don't. And we're just going to set it on here and get this baby soldered in. And there you go. That's what your soldering connection should look like. Alright everybody, so we're going to go ahead and take and plug in these connectors. Then we're going to take and pull up the shrink tube. Line them up. Okay, go ahead and shrink tape them. And there you have it. So we're going to go ahead and get Vinny to go ahead and install the ESC. Alright everybody, very important, as you can see, our motor wires are facing straight up. Also, you can't see from my angle, but on the back side of this grommet, you'll see A, B, and C. And on the receiver, you'll see A, B, and C. What you want to do is connect your motor wires to the matching letters. Then we're going to take this alcohol. We're going to clean the surface on top of the top plate, the trans plate there. We're going to clean the surface here on the bottom of this ESC and take this double-sided sticky tape, stick it down. Stay tuned. Vinny's going to show you exactly how that's done. Alright everybody, so what I would like to mention is that the ESC did come with the same double-sided sticky tape that we're using, but the reason why we didn't use this piece on the back of this ESC is because it doesn't cover the whole entire surface, and we wanted to cover the whole entire surface, but we are going to use this piece right here for the switch, and we're just going to mount the switch right here. Alright everybody, so the next step we're going to do is install the Castle fans here and what's going to be required using these zip ties. And Vinny's going to show you how it gets mounted on. Alright everybody, so Vinny's going to go ahead and install the Team FastEddy Eliminator box kit. Alright everybody, so Vinny's going to go ahead and take off this cover off the radio box. He's going to feed the wires in. He's going to plug in the fan to an auxiliary port. And he's going to go ahead and take this ESC wire and plug that into the throttle port of the receiver. Alright everybody, so what we done is we went ahead and took the two bolts off the frame rails, and we took the servo horn off. That's the linkages right there. And what you want to do now is we're going to zero out the steering servo, and what you want to do is get it set to the screen that says bind. We're going to go ahead and plug in our batteries. We're going to power it on, and then we're going to hit the bind here. So we're going to power on the receiver back here. Then what we want to do is press the bind button on the receiver, and you can see it flashing, and then you want to hit bind. And there we go, stop flashing, so it took. Let's go ahead and check, make sure everything's working. Very good. And Vinny's going to go ahead and show us how we're going to install the batteries. Alright everybody, so we did not like the way the foam worked in there. The batteries were just too loose with the straps. So what we're going to do, remove that foam. And we're going to take this interlocking 3M dual lock Velcro, and we're going to place a strip right down the center and right to the chassis. That way these will not move. And then we'll still Velcro them down, and Vinny's going to show us how we're going to do that. Alright, well I can tell you right now that these aren't going anywhere. I mean, nowhere. So Vinny's going to go ahead and take the Velcro straps, and then still for extra securement, we're going to put 2 of them on here. So So these batteries aren't going anywhere. They are solid. You got plenty of space between the frame rails. This gives it enough height to clear the motor plate down below, which I can't show you right now. We were a little nervous on how that was going to react to the motor plate, but this gave it enough height because you got to double lock these, of course. And I'm telling you, this is awesome. The last step is putting on these tires, getting it on the stand, testing the servos, see how strong it is, flip the throttle a little bit, and we're going to put these boots back flips on. Let you know what Vinny's doing. He's taking these orange stock wheel nuts for the Dark Soul extended wheel hubs, and he's putting Loctite on them, tighten them down, and then he's going to take it with these caps to cap it off. Alright everybody, I got my transmitter on. I'm going to go over there and power on the truck, and we're going to check the steering, the throttle, make sure everything's functioning, and then I'm going to grab the Hobbywing programmer to see about how I can program everything and get it set right. Okay, I heard the 8 beeps. That means all 8 cells are working. We'll go ahead and test the steering. Not bad. I'll adjust all the endpoints and everything when I get it out in the dirt. Let's test the forward throttle. Wow. See them tires ballooning. Alright, let's check reverse. Well, there you have it, everybody. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing plugged in to the programmer and see what I could do with some settings, and stay tuned when we take this thing out for a rip.